Hello and well met. Welcome to the Buffyverse special here on the Dungeon Scrawlers
Should we
with the
be saying
Isekai
hail?
Realms team. Yes.
Be like, yo.
Yo,
Yo,
what's up?
let's not do that.
Okay, no. I am Eric Scott DeB. I was a teenager in the 90s, and so I feel like I am totally prepared for this. I'm a writer, game designer, streamer. You can find my stuff online. And I'm looking forward to this. Take it away, Allie.
You're on mute.
Allie, you're muted.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm Alexander Pitchford, or Allie for short. I am your resident tech gremlin for tonight, as well as an author, game designer, TTRPG streamer. And yeah, this will be fun. Buffy is a series that has a place in my heart, has for a long time. I watched it religiously as a preteen. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to this.
Okay. So I'm Rhiannon Held. I write urban fantasy as Rhiannon Held. And space opera is RZ Held. And right now, if you read EPUBs, so basically any other version of Reader other than Amazon, all of my indie published stuff for EPUB is 50% off. And that means some of them are free. So I'll put a link in the chat, so check those out because it only extends to the end of 2023. And I have two dice partners to tell you about. Norse Foundry specializes in metal dice. When you roll them, it feels like you're skillfully smashing the rigid armor of the monster horde. You can find their dice and accessories at norsefoundry.com. Phoenix Dice is named for the creature that rises from the ashes because they use all recycled materials. You can find their dice and accessories at phoenixdice.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm Joel Everett, usually in chat as one of your mods as Rumpus Imperator. I was trying to figure out why I hadn't watched Buffy when it was originally on, and I realized it's because I didn't have a television for most of those years, because otherwise it absolutely would have been my jam. So I have been binging a lot in the last couple of weeks since we found out we were doing this. It's a lot of
Lucky
episodes.
you.
Yeah. No, it's been fun.
Over to you, Randy.
144 episodes. I've got a lot to go. But I've enjoyed what I've seen so far. Over to you, Randy.
All right. Hey, my name is what? My name is who? My name Randy Henderson. Have you heard about this new guy, Eminem? He's crazy. It's wild. Anyway, yeah, that's me. I'm a writer and sometimes gamer. Hi. My name is.
Hi, Randy.
And our special guest joining us for this little trip down memory lane and possibly right into the graveyard, the legendary Ed Greenwood. Take it away, Ed.
Hi, my name's Ed, and I'm a gamer. I created the Forgotten Realms 55 years ago, 56 years ago. I went through high school in the 1970s.
Ooh.
Some people had color televisions by then. And some people had fathers who were radar physicists, so they would drop by the back of the television set and move all the cathode ray tube guns out of alignment so as not to screw up their radar. So if I wanted to watch, I had to reach around the back of the television set and move the hot tubes back again. Suffering electrocution for my entertainment. You young people. Ah! Get off my lawn.
Perfect.
Well played. And over to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Hello again, everyone. I am Chris, aka Chris the Great, and I will be your director for the evening. For that is what game masters are called in the system that we are playing, which is the Unisystem, Cinematic Unisystem by Eden Studios, which released a Buffy game, an Angel game, and an assortment of supplements for those games, which as a big fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I acquired many moons ago and have only played a few times over the years, but I was inspired to run this, and so here we are. The players, I don't think, have a lot of familiarity with the system that we're using, the Eden Studios system, so we're going to kind of learn it together today. as we play. And so it's a D10 based system, and it's usually roll higher is better. You add your skills and attributes and your die roll, and you're trying to get the highest number that you can that gives you the greatest number of successes. And then things tend to flow from there. There is also a concept of what are known as drama points, which I'll explain to you at critical moments as we go. But they're kind of like fate points for the fate system, if anybody's familiar with that. They're a way of making something happen or making something not happen if things are otherwise going very badly. So that's something to think about. But the players don't know their statistics. They don't know their skills. They don't even know who they are. And they'll discover that in just 1 second.
Oh. So it's like real life.
It's like real life. It's like a Saturday night past 11 o'clock.
Yeah, that sounds like high school, not really knowing who you are.
Yeah. Bingo.
So in any event, let me know when you're ready to begin, and we shall begin, Eric.
I'm ready to begin. Let's do this.
I'm ready.
All right.
Welcome
let's do
to
this.
Sunnydale.
Yes, welcome to beautiful Sunnydale, California. As to when in Sunnydale it is, well, I guess you'll all just have to join us on that journey and discover that for yourselves. The last thing that all of you remember as players is that you were scheduled to play this Buffy the Vampire Slayer game with Chris. You've played in a few of these isekai games before. Nothing's gone wrong so far. They've all just been fun. And so this one, however, this one's a little different because you remember getting ready, dressed in whatever you were going to wear, getting your tech ready, and then you just had a little time to kill before you were supposed to join the game, and you must have nodded off or something. This seems to be a theme. And you'll find yourself awaking in very different circumstances. You're waking up because someone is calling, well, maybe not your name, but a name that's clearly directed at you, Eric. And there seem to be people laughing. You'll all wake up in a classroom, a high school classroom. If any of you have seen Buffy, you'll recognize this is Sunnydale High, version 1. And the classroom that you are in appears to be some sort of a computer science classroom. There's a
one when
woman.
you appear in a classroom, just check am I wearing pants?
Oh God, this is my worst nightmare.
This is what my nightmares are like.
Okay,
Is
so
there hold on, is there a bathroom?
not in the classroom, Eric.
Okay, it's maybe not one of my nightmares.
Okay,
Wait, do
fair
I have to go to the bathroom?
roll a 10-sided die. Eric.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
See, I should have
Remember,
even asked.
I did say they were D10, so we'll just have you roll one and we'll see what
I
happens.
rolled 3.
Maybe, not urgently, but a
I
little.
see.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Allie, I'm glad to see this is one of your nightmares. And
Oh,
Randy,
yeah.
yes, you are wearing pants. So I shall describe the room that you are in a moment beyond computer science classroom. However, before I do that, you'll sort of
Uh-oh.
big old clunky computers in front of you. These look like, for those of you who know anything about old school computers, like an 8086 or something like that. This gigantic CRT monitor and a big rectangular box with what looks like is that a 3.5-inch floppy drive?
Ooh, a trash 80.
Yeah, and a keyboard and a mouse all wired into this gigantic machine in front of you. And there's a woman, as I described before. She's obviously the teacher because she's in her maybe early 30s, who is calling out to you, Eric. It appears as though you fell asleep or something in class. The classroom is organized into computer desks in rows of 4 desks in rows of 3, and you seem to be seated in the back of the room. Mr. Byron, are we boring you? I know it's 6th period and after lunch, but it isn't nap time quite yet.
Oh, I get a little sleepy when I have to go to the bathroom. Can I go to the bathroom?
Maybe in a moment.
Okay.
So the room that you're in, you'll notice that you're not yourselves. In other words, you'll look at your bodies and immediately know that you're not you. Allie and Rhiannon, you're female. Joel, Eric, and Randy, your boys. And there are certain similarities, but you're not in your own bodies. You're all in the bodies of high school students.
Oh man, I want to know what you're talking about.
Your best guess is somewhere 16 or 17 years of age, just from the look of you. And I'll describe how you're dressed in a second. But like I said, I promise you a description of the room first.
All right.
So the room, as I said, has these rows of desks with these giant computers, 3 rows, 4 each. In the front of the room is a teacher's desk with a computer sitting on it. There are books and folders to the right of the computer screen, a coffee cup, some chocolates open on the desk. There are pink roses in a vase on the desk, a little black lamp, which is off at the moment, a cup full of pens and pencils, a plush red upholstered desk chair behind the desk. The teacher is standing in front of the desk with the lights on in the room. And there's a little nameplate on the desk itself, blue background, white letters that says Jenny Calendar
Uh-oh.
on it.
Oh no.
The blackboard,
What
which is
date
on
is on the
yeah, there's not a year and date on the calendar, I'm afraid. There's a blackboard that fills up the front wall of this room, which is near the only door in and out of it. It has written on it in chalk the phrase data recovery and all kinds of information about how you go about recovering your data if you accidentally disrupt it. There's a bulletin board on which is tacked all kinds of yellow like construction paper as the background, and then cyberspace is the title to that, and it has a bunch of CD-ROM discs, shiny side up, posted all over it, and little computer tips here or there. Under that is a blue recycling bin. To your right is another computer and a row of dot matrix printers. And behind you is cubbies on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, a gigantic write and wipe board, which has all kinds of stuff, computer terminology written all over it. Again, the teacher, about 5'6", early 30s, Mediterranean complexion, brown eyes, dark brown, almost black hair, sort of wavy and loose to her shoulder, short heels. She's wearing a matching outfit, yellow, green, blue, slightly diaphanous. And she was speaking directly to you, Eric. You must be Byron. An instant later, after Byron asks if he can go to the bathroom, she'll incline her head in your direction, Allie, and she'll say, and Miss Kendall, remember, this is a makeup session for you. Paying attention would be ideal.
Right.
You have long blonde hair, and you're dressed pretty well. You're wearing this sort of like sexy red top, which is like corset design. You have a pink flowery skirt on under that, little short heels, a fancy purse, and backpack slung over your chair. You think you might recognize who this person is.
I do. And there's a moment
Oh no.
where I'm like, why? But then I just go, yes, of course, yes.
Eric, your character is wearing a long black Dresden, right? If you know what Harry Dresden dresses like, we were talking about the Dresden Files a little while ago.
Good old.
Are you describing my character? Or are you describing me in high school?
That's an excellent question. We'll see how close to the mark I got. Wearing a long waxed cotton black duster, Doc Marten boots.
Oh boy.
dark blue jean, and an ironic T-shirt. Irony of your choice. You'll note that you have a rucksack, what looks like black leather, tucked over the left-hand side of your desk chair. So there's probably things in that, including a computer science book on the table. And you can feel in a pocket on the inside of your duster something metal clunking against your chest. You're thinking, oh God, I'm a high school goth. Joel.
Look down at my shirt, it says
no.
God is dead. I'm like,
I'll just note now, when we talked about the names, I might have gotten the nameplate a bit wrong because I thought it was Brian, not Byron.
Oh, Brian. Okay, well,
everyone
there you go.
makes
Brian.
that mistake.
Brian, yeah.
It's true. Yeah, it's absolutely true. That works for me too.
That's part of why he's
Anyway.
so disaffected. Nobody
What
even
does
puts my
nobody
name
gets my
right.
name
Kendall
right,
call
yeah.
me? Brian, if she remembers my name at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
very unlikely. Very unlikely. Joel,
Yeah.
you're, again, 16, 17-year-old boy, reasonably tall. Eric's reasonably tall, in decent shape. Eric's in decent shape. You're wearing blue jeans, like blue jeans. They're not fancy or fashionable in any way. Blue jeans are blue, and this is the color of blue jeans. Sneakers, serviceable gym-style sneakers, gym socks, a button-down plaid shirt over a white T-shirt. You have some kind of object in your pocket. Could be a lighter, could be something else about that size in your pocket, and you have a blue nylon backpack. Over here, yeah. Oh, you've always got props. I appreciate that. I give you props for your props.
Okay.
A blue nylon backpack over the back of your thing, a water bottle, and a water bottle sitting on the desk next to you. You're getting a very Clark Kent feel.
You
your
also
character.
just described my normal high school outfit. Wow, I'm a little creeped out.
I don't know if I told you all this, but I do read minds. So
Okay.
I gotta go Google myself. Eric's got to be 1998. just double check.
So
There are no
let's-
pictures out there.
You guys
do-
must have been rich if you could afford nylon.
Yeah. No.
Also
So let-
shoes
Yeah.
without newspapers in them.
So far, though, I'm the only one not being called out effectively because I sure as
That's
hell didn't
correct.
dress that nicely in high school.
Well, there you go. Randy, let's see how well I do here. You too are wearing an ironic T-shirt of your choice. Dark colored jeans. You've got cool sneakers on though, buddy. You're wearing Vans in a checkered
Yeah.
pattern.
Oh,
You've got
Nailed
the
it.
checkered Vans. Oh.
You're wearing, or you have over your chair a jeans jacket, like a light colored jeans jacket. So you're not wearing it right now. It's over the back of your chair. And you have a one-shouldered like backpack rucksack combo, which has all kinds of British band pins on it, you know, Sex Pistols, Clash, etc., along with a little British flag pinned on it in different spots. And you've got, I don't know, what seems like maybe keys or something in one pocket, and in the other, are those guitar picks? You have, you're about your height. You've got sort of darkish, like auburny hair, which is kind of, you know, curly and, you know, a little long and shaggy without being like really long and shaggy. You'll notice, Rhiannon, at about the same time that you notice this, because you're kind of looking up and down the rows and in front of you to sort of figure out who you all might be. Once it's clear, you know, who you are, that you, Randy, and you, Rhiannon, bear a resemblance to each other, almost as if you may be related. It's all kind of in the nose and in the chin. Rhiannon, you're wearing an ironic T-shirt of your choice, although it's cute more than just ironic, and navy blue overalls. You have sensible shoes, a hair tie around your right wrist, your hair braided up. Again, it's that same auburn, slightly wavy, slightly curly, fair amount of hair, so it cascades down beyond your shoulders. You've got a backpack with a bunch of patches that are like, is that the Imperial Austrian symbol on your backpack? Is that Swiss? Is that a sign? Is that like a atom? You know, the classic symbol for the atom that you have on your backpack? And you are wearing fairly thick plastic glasses as well. Oh, and you have a Casio watch on your left wrist. This might be a calculator watch, just to let you know.
Oh no. Oh no.
So did I continue at all well with my streak for either of the two of you?
I mean, I certainly knew that person. I wasn't that person. I was
Oh.
the t-shirts and jeans, the sort of oversized t-shirts where you were just getting out of the style of like tucking them in. Because they were getting shorter as you headed towards 2000 in the early 2000s. They like got like midriff bearing. So in high school they were just starting to come up, so I was wearing longer ones. In 2001 I owned a shirt. It was a little baby doll cut, very short, that had this like little cartoon sort of angelic, got the little halo and whatever, and then it says "Trust me," and her shadow has a little like pointy tail and little horns or whatever. So
it sounds to me like that's the ironic version of the shirt that you're wearing right now. Excellent. And Randy, am I in any kind of a ballpark?
Yeah, you're pretty dang close. I went to high school in the 80s, not to give a boy. So, but
As
yeah,
did I, Randy. As did I.
Yeah, so it all tracks pretty well with 80s. Yeah, you know, alternative.
Yeah.
I like to think I got the Vans right. I really like
got
to
the
think I
Vans
got the
right.
Vans
I
right.
definitely got the Vans right.
I can't
got
relate.
you know a lot of band stuff, and and you know, I did have a jean jacket at one point. Didn't necessarily, you know, phases. You go through phases.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in high school.
And I remember
Anyway.
that short phase where I was Rhiannon's
Yeah.
brother, but that passed quickly. So I don't.
Maybe you're cousins. Hard to say.
Yeah.
So you'll get a glimpse of yourselves. You'll take quick stock of yourselves. You'll notice that there's no Ed Greenwood in the room. You know there was going to be an Ed Greenwood in the game.
Maybe he escaped.
Could this be like that Dracula thing where one of the players is somewhere else? Hard
Could
to
he
say.
be Dracula?
Could be.
I'm thinking principal.
When you have to work nice and stay calm, like I
Depends on what season it is.
I can't.
Yes, indeed.
He could be in the library, though.
I am just slowly having an existential crisis over here.
So in the midst of your existential crisis, the teacher, who is obviously Jenny Calendar, if the nameplate is to be believed, just indicated that you should probably pay attention, and she will launch into the next thing she was going to say.
But
go.
Do we recognize any of the characters from the show around us?
And yes. Anyone who has watched through to season 3 of Buffy will recognize 2 characters in the room. 1, Jenny Calendar, standing at the front of this room. 2, Harmony Kendall, seated immediately to the right of Rhiannon. Yeah, Harmony looks a little uncomfortable and is looking around in the same way that all of you are.
Is there direct sunlight?
There is direct sunlight. The whole left wall of this room is a row of windows.
And Byron's way reassured.
It's as a matter of fact, there's a big clock on the wall above that central blackboard, and it reads 1:15 p.m. with little hand, big hand.
Okay.
As I was saying, it's time for a pop quiz. Those of you who are paying attention, in the front 2 rows, that's none of you, will no doubt do just fine. It's still winter, and while we never seem to get real snow here in Sunnydale, that doesn't mean we can't make our own. You have 15 minutes to make a quick program in BASIC to make snowy asterisks fall across your screen. Go. So do any of you know BASIC as a programming language?
I do.
I did in the 80s.
You're staring at a black
think I-
screen with green glowing C prompt on it.
Yeah. Oh God.
Once upon a time,
Yeah, I
maybe
think-
about the time when I was about this age, I probably could have done that.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think I could do that.
Okay,
Well,
Yes, Brianna.
somebody had a book on their desk. Do we all have books on our desk?
you all do have computer science books on your desk. Fancy that.
There's this thing called the index.
Oh,
I plan to avail myself of.
not a bad
Okay.
idea.
So Rhiannon is going for the book on the desk index trick. Joel is like, I've got this, and is going to begin trying
got a
to
shot,
program
Yeah,
some
I'm-
snow.
I learned HTML in high school, so I'm just like, oh geez. So I'm gonna, I guess if there's a book, I'll try to leaf through the book to figure out like what the hell I'm
Let's just
supposed
flip
to
some
do here.
chapters. Okay, there you go. Understood. Randy, are you trying to remember what you might have learned about BASIC?
Sure. Yeah. Trying to. Don't know
Oh.
how successful I'm going to be, but
It's probably not going to be easy. And Eric,
Well, when I was in high school, I took copious notes on everything. I don't know if Byron did that, but I'm going to consult my notes and see.
all right, so where would you find those?
They're not on my desk.
Oh, no, they're not on your desk.
Oh, I'm going to look through my bag
Okay,
for
so
for
Into
a
your
trapper
bag.
keeper with my notes.
so let me go around the room. So Joel, what you're going to do is you're going to
Oh,
attribute, the appropriate skill added to the D10 that you're going to roll. In your particular case, the attribute you're using is intelligence. That's a 3. The skill you are using is computer something. Computer use, that is a 2. And add a D10. And let's see what you get.
Oh, okay. So that is a 4 on the die, so a 9.
Okay, you are struggling. You're gonna get this. But it's harder than you remember it being. And you got the 1 asterisk, but she was wanting just a bunch of repeating. There's a way, go to, find, end. So you're working on that project. Eric, you're in your backpack. Okay, so there's
Wow.
It's a backpack of copious holding.
yeah, there's some notebooks and okay, that looks like a drawing thing. Oh, yeah, there's some drawing charcoal pencils. Okay, there's a pack of
They're all
clove
of Jenny
cigarettes.
Calendar. I'm like, God damn.
Ah,
Seriously, clove cigarettes I have in here. Pencils. Okay, so notepad here. Let me get this notepad. Is that seriously a copy of Prometheus Unbound by Percy Shelley?
Of
Do I have a
course,
copy
why
of
wouldn't it
Prometheus
be?
Unbound in here? Okay, so that's you looking through your notes. That'll take you a little while. Time is ticking away on the clock. Rhiannon, you went straight to the index.
Yep.
Here, you're using intelligence plus science for me, please. So 8 plus a D10.
I get my rolling program to work. Come on, there we go. 18.
18. Oh, there's an index. It talks about how to, okay, so basic programming, repeating lines, repeating code. Okay, that's a good place. So you're flipping to the repeating code. You think you're going to figure this out. Yay for the index.
Rhiannon,
Randy?
always succeeding with the responsible choices.
I was trying to write out the program real quick in the chat.
As was I.
So far I've got let x equal 1, print quote starburst quote if x equals 100 go to 600, let x equal x plus 1,
I mean,
and then end loop.
I mean, that's
I
So-
guess I can.
wow. And now
That-
we know why the American economy is where it is.
Yeah, right. I did my best. That's the best I can remember, like a basic. Like
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna go crazy because
that should loop and just print a bunch of asterisks until it hits 600. Right?
because you printed
Yeah.
because you actually printed that into the chat. I'm gonna have you just add 9 to your D10 roll, Randy. By way
Okay.
of congratulations as a director for your honest efforts as a actor or player in this particular scene.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
So roll a 10-sided, add 9.
Roll a 10-sided, add 9.
5 plus 9.
Okay, 14. You too. It's a little herky-jerky, but you think you're going to get there.
Nice.
Okay. And
Dude,
Allie,
I'm totally acing this.
last but not least, HTML and C. You're flipping through. There's chapters. Could you add 7 to a D10?
Yes, I can. At the very least, I can take solace in the fact that if I bomb this, that's honestly in keeping with Harmony as a person. I rolled a 1,
Yes.
so that's an 8.
Yes.
Yeah. You'll notice that the time is just ticking away as you're flipping randomly from chapter to chapter.
And I'm just muttering to
You're just
myself,
not
this
gonna get
is
there.
a nightmare. This is a nightmare. This is the nightmare. This is exactly the nightmare.
Oh.
So by the time that the time runs out and a bell rings, Joel, you will have figured this out. Randy, you will have figured this out. Rhiannon, you will have figured this out, leaving your screens running with nice little asterisks of snow. Eric, you almost got there, but the bell just came before you could figure it out. And Allie, you were kind of like, yeah, this isn't really going to happen. So I'm just going to be thinking about what the next thing I'm going to do is.
Yeah, I'm still like in, I can't believe I am freaking Harmony right now. Like, I am not, like, existential crisis resumed.
As the bell rings, and it is now 1:40 p.m., Miss Calendar will say to all of you as you're scurrying, or as most people are scurrying to get out of the room, up to you as to whether you wish to scurry out into the hallway. Remember, your Spample spreadsheets are due at the end of the week. That's disc and hard copy. And what do you guys want to do?
I think these computers are a fad, man. That's what my dad says.
I'm gonna gather my
Or
stuff
a way to
up.
enslave us to corporate capitalism. Sorry.
Oh my god. I'm gonna gather up, like, you know, the bag and the purse, and I'm just gonna get out. I'm just gonna get the hell out of the room.
All right, so just out into the hallway. You are the first one out into the hallway.
So we've clocked who the other players in the room were.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
It appears as though Harmony/Allie is making quite great speed for the door. Joel?
I think we follow her
Okay.
and try to gather up out in the hallway.
Okay, so you'll get up and proceed in that general direction.
Mhm.
Eric?
I am so sorry about so many things, and then I leave.
Okay. She'll look at you with a wryly bemused expression.
No, don't
Almost
do
like
that.
this isn't- almost as if this wasn't the first time that something like that happened on your watch.
No.
And Rhiannon.
I mean, where the group is going.
Okay. Is it safe to say that you're probably towards the back of the pack, given that you're following them?
Yep.
Okay. As you're making your way and just passing her desk to go to the door, she will say, and it'll become clear after a moment, it takes you a minute to realize that she's talking to you, because she's not saying Rhiannon, but she says, Miss Hawthorne, Rose, because you didn't answer immediately to Miss Hawthorne. Do you want to turn and regard her a moment?
Sure, of course.
Thank you. Normally I expect daydreaming in class from your brother, but it's really not like you. I'm busy today, but if you need to talk, I'll be around tomorrow during third period.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
Too.
Okay. And you are out in the hallway. There are a lot of high school kids out in this hallway. There's lockers on either side of it. Oh my God, this is like some kind of a nightmare.
I don't even know
Wait,
my
I have
Ah.
guitar picks. I don't have to like perform later, do I? Like in some music or something? Like in a
Maybe at the
band?
Bronze.
Oh God, get up on stage.
And
and,
I'm out in the hallway, but I'm standing there like I don't know where I need to go next because I don't know where I need to go next because I don't know my schedule.
Mhm.
Excellent point. You're all kind of clustered together against a locker right outside this room, unless you'd like to go somewhere else.
Library.
Yeah, library.
Library.
Like I
Library.
haven't
library.
I don't know if I
Where's
was paying
that?
enough attention. I don't know if I was paying enough attention to exactly twig to whoever everyone else was because I was having my little crisis up front, and now I'm just
I'll
like,
say that you figure it out when you
Yeah.
stop and they all cluster around you.
yeah, I'm like, what is happening right now?
What are these weirdos doing around? Oh God, I'm a weirdo too.
Well, especially since Harmony would never be caught dead with these people.
Okay.
Whoa.
Library.
Uncool.
Harmony, you're gonna have to sneak there so as not to spoil your cover.
Could you all roll a d10 for me?
Yes.
9.
Here, what you're
8.
doing is trying to notice something. When you are trying to notice something, you use the skill notice, and your intelligence score and your d10. So Joel, you rolled a
8.
8. You're adding to that 3 and 2, 5. So 13. Allie?
I got a 4.
Okay. You're adding to that 4 and 3, 7. So that's a 15.
Okay.
Eric? 5. You're adding to that a 4 and a 2, 6. So an 11. Rihanna, you rolled a 9, I believe you said, right?
Yep.
You're adding a 5 and a 3, 8, 17. So you have the highest number so far. And Randy.
I had an 8.
Okay, so actually also pretty good. So Randy, you're adding a 4 and a 3, 7, 8, 15. So Rhiannon, you will notice an instant before it happens, right? And everybody else will sort of see movement coming their way, but Rhiannon will have a sense of what that movement is meant to be. Eric, you will not notice it until it does actually happen. A big, 6'2" Eric's character is also fairly tall, although not Eric sized, but a little over 6 feet. But he's a beanpole, whereas this person is a little beefy, clearly an athlete of some kind or another, based on the fact that he's wearing a letter jacket from Sunnydale High in the company of another athlete wearing a letter jacket from Sunnydale High.
Great.
And that blondish, dirty blonde haired kid and the brownish haired kid will come right at Eric and bump him from behind. As they do so, the kid who bumped him, the blondish haired kid, will say, "Watch where you're going, nerd. Winners are walking down this hallway. Losers."
Where?
I will try desperately not to laugh at that.
You're trying desperately not to laugh. As you're trying desperately not to laugh, the dark-haired boy will say, "Hey, Harm, looking good today. You still coming to the party on Saturday?"
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So Eric said, "Where?" when he said there are winners walking down this hallway. And you said, "Oh, yeah, absolutely going to the party." Anybody else got anything for these two gentlemen?
If they're continuing to walk, no.
Okay, so trying to stay out of trouble, Randy?
Future X body spray models. Move along.
97% death rate for brand new introduced characters.
You will
Yes.
say, future body spray model, move along. And I think he just called us. This is the blonde to the brunette. Something, Cameron. Don't let it bother you, Dodd. We're members of the swim team. That's a loser. Okay. And
God,
down the hallway they go. So you were headed somewhere a moment ago? Wait, oh, and Allie was supposed to keep, away from you or something? I don't remember. Go ahead. Where were we?
I kind of watched them go, and I'm like, okay. And I look at the others, pointing at Randy's character and Eric's character. One of you is Eric, and one of you is Randy, and I don't know which one is which.
I'm Joel.
Oh, come on. I'm clearly Ed.
Eric.
It's
Anyway.
me. Yeah.
Do you want to check your person for any
Yeah,
form of identification?
I would like to see what the metal object in my pocket is.
It is a Swiss Army knife.
Okay.
You have a student ID in your other pocket.
I mean, at least I don't need to actually check for ID. I know exactly who I am, and I'm still having a crisis
Did you
about
bring
it.
a knife? Oh, wait, it's the 90s. Never mind.
Yeah, it's the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does the student ID say?
John Eagleton.
Okay, a name that means nothing to me.
Why have a
Does it say what year I am?
It does not say what year you are.
Okay.
Eric, did you ask a question?
I'm going to look and see if I have an identification of some kind.
You do. You all have IDs, either in pockets or backpacks or whatever the case may be. Your identification indicates, oh, yeah, that was right. It's Brian with a Y. Eugene Brian? Okay. Anybody else?
So she really does get his name wrong.
Assuming my last name's Hawthorne, but let's see. That's Stephen Kirk. No.
I think she gets my name right.
Hopefully not
That's what I
Chad.
prefer, actually.
Yeah. She does get your name right. That was all on me. It's actually Reginald Hawthorne. Reginald.
All right.
And Rhiannon, you know who you are because
I know who I am.
Miss Calendar told you that. And as you pointed out, Allie, you have a very good sense of who you are.
Yeah, no, I know.
So, library, you say. Where the heck is that from here? You're in a school hallway on the second floor of a building?
Can we move the opposite direction that all the other students are moving?
And it's not like
a lot of students going
even
both
if-
ways.
Okay, that's
Always.
even if I had access to Harmony's memories, it's not like she's ever set foot in that freaking library.
I look
I don't
around
think
for other nerds.
I look around for other nerds. Now that's a spot check or notice check if I've ever heard one, Eric. Please. roll
Or
with
a
me.
hot blonde girl. Either way.
You found one of those very close nearby.
I mean another hot blonde girl. You know who I mean. I rolled an 8.
Okay. You spot. No, wait a minute. Is that? Oh my God, that's Jonathan. It's like he's in every scene on this show.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is
If this is an early season, Jonathan, we're probably okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hard to say.
Hey,
Um,
Jonathan.
God.
and
I'm
he
like,
starts moving faster when you say that.
Hey,
Like he's
hey,
used to being bullied. And
jeez.
around the turn he goes, you've got longer legs than him if you want to chase him down.
I don't think he'd take refuge in the library exactly, so there's no point in chasing him down.
Fair
I was
enough.
gonna say, if we're doing a chase, what kind of footwear? What shoes is Harmony wearing?
You are not wearing sensible shoes. These are heels at least 3 inches.
I figured.
Are you adept with all heels like that?
Yes.
Okay, great, good.
So do you just want to move in a direction and just sort of see if there's some kind of directory or some signs on the walls
Yeah.
or anything that would in any way indicate where you are?
Yeah, it's not like
Okay.
watching the show would have given us a a
No, not
solid
really.
layout of the
No.
school.
And so you are following who? Who's kind of the leader of this parade?
I'm moving. I'm just moving ahead. I am determined.
Then I guess we're following Harmony.
At a
Are you
distance.
Yeah, I was just going to say, are you giving Harmony a few steps ahead of you so that
Yeah,
it
we
doesn't
gotta
appear as though...
maintain our cover.
Okay.
I
fair
haven't
enough.
gotten far enough into the show to know who Harmony is, so I think I'm probably trying to walk alongside her unless someone stops me.
Well, you've seen Mean Girls, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's who Harmony is.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Rachel McAdams' character, huh?
Basically.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
She is the one of the gaggle of mean girls that hang out with Cordelia.
Yeah, well, Cordelia is more like Rachel McAdams'
Yeah.
character. And Harmony is like one of her minions.
Harmony's
Yeah.
totally fetch.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh my God, fetch is a thing.
God.
So
Damn
you
it.
are
Not
wandering
for another
these
like 7 years. Or
hallways,
something.
wandering these hallways, attempting to provide Harmony with some cover by going a little bit further back. Eric, you'll sort of pull Joel back a little bit so Joel is not attempting to walk alongside Harmony, because clearly Harmony would never date John Eagleton. And you'll notice that the hallways have an assortment of, either printed posters or handmade little posters or whatever the case may be, in an assortment of winter and sort of like Valentine's Day-ish themes. So this is probably somewhere during the winter, maybe in the month of February, best guess, based on the... Rhiannon, you just had a thought. Well, watch. Maybe this thing has the date on it.
Uh-oh.
Would
Yeah.
you like to check?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. The date, according to your watch, is February the 24th, 1998. It is a Tuesday.
That's season 2.
Oh boy.
that would-
Oh no, not season 2.
All right, that means there's
That's-
still time.
That would be the second half of season 1, wouldn't it?
Or maybe. Oh, yeah, I guess. Yes.
Oh, I don't
think
know.
you're
We'll
right.
find out, I guess.
Okay,
you're
so there's
moving.
lots of time.
Season 1 was also a really short season.
Oh, that's right. It
Anyway.
was a half season on the way.
Only
Okay.
12
Yeah.
episodes. So you're moving down this hallway. You've found a set of stairs that leads to the first floor of this building. You sort of remember that the library is a first floor thing as opposed to a second floor thing. So I guess step 1 is get off of the second floor and go down to the first floor.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right. Right.
You will reach the first floor of the building. You'll notice that people are starting to hustle a little bit more. You don't know how long these periods last, but they might not last forever. And it's been a few minutes, according to your watch, Rhiannon, 7 of them. And so, I don't know, maybe you should figure out where you're going. Hey, there's a...
You skipped there. There's a what?
Skipped a little
Oh.
bit.
Terribly sorry. I said, hey, there is a janitor emptying one garbage container into a large rolling garbage container near the bottom of the steps in this sort of large common area where the first floor hallways meet the set of stairs that leads up to the second floor hallways. I
Sorry,
bet you a janitor would know where a library is located.
Hey, excuse me, man. Can you help me out? I need to go to the library and I've never actually been there before. Could you point me to the right direction for that?
He's sort of a big guy in his like 50s, and he finds it hilarious that you have never been to the library before.
Never needed it.
He kind of looks you up and down and shrugs his shoulders in a I can see that kind of a way. And he says, kid, you're going to want to cross the quad. It's the next big building after this one. If you just stay under the awnings, just follow that curving wall back there. You go into that. Library's on your south wall, about halfway across the building. Good luck.
All right. Thanks, man. Hoping those are real directions, but I'll follow them.
Okay, the
Okay.
quad is a social no man's land. Keep your head down and don't make eye contact. Let's go.
So you will head out onto the or out of this building. It's a little chilly. It's not cold because it's Sunnydale, but it's definitely February. Probably high 40s, low 50s. You'll see people are wearing, fashionably high school stuff. people at Sunnydale High seem slightly above average in appearance. I'm not sure why that is. And they've got jackets on in that very California, I don't really need a jacket, but it's winter, so I'm wearing one anyway, sort of a fashion.
It's 69 degrees, man. Yeah.
But it's February, so I have to wear a
Nice.
coat. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And so, yeah.
everyone's more attractive than normal. Some of them look like they're maybe in their early to mid 20s.
Or older, as the case may be. But you, Harmony, are the most attractive person you've encountered so far. Of all the people that you've gone down any of these hallways around, you're the most attractive. And you haven't seen Cordy or anybody from that crew.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Okay. So by the time you make it, wow, that like intervening hallway thing that this guy told you to follow, where you go along the back and it has these weird sideways crosses in the walls, like in brick things, and it sort of swings. That thing is longer than you'd expect it to be. But you know, he was right. You didn't have to go out into the otherwise nice weather in order to stay in it. And you're in this second building, but yeah, people are really thinning out. The hallways are almost completely. It's been 10 minutes according to your Casio, Rhiannon. So what now, people? Hustle
Is
through
the
this
library
building?
in sight?
Yep. Hustle.
Step it out. Yep.
Yeah, hurry up.
So you will begin doing just that. Trying to not run, because I don't know that it's a good idea to run down a scholastic hallway in the middle of the
Yeah,
day.
I'm not running in heels. I'm sorry.
Just walk very quickly.
But you know, you're hustling at a good stretch down that particular hallway. And what was I going to say? And you'll see in the distance the double doors that clearly indicate the Sunnydale High School library. However, please roll a d10.
Uh-oh.
Got an 8.
Oh.
Should we tell you, or are you gonna tell us what to add
You
to
can
it?
you can just tell me the number and I'll tell you.
Okay.
Keeping it in my head whether you succeeded or not.
4.
5.
Randy got a 3.
7.
You got 5, 7. Okay. Those with 7 and 8s. To get to the library, you have to cross an intersection, right? So you're coming down a hallway. Here's the library. There's an intersecting main hallway in between where you are and where the library is. You hear footsteps, purposeful footsteps, someone in sensible shoes coming down that particular hallway. Maybe, just maybe, if you kick it into high gear, you can cross that hallway and get to the library before they get to the intersection.
Yep.
What do you want to do?
Yes.
I'm
Right, step it
hustling.
out.
Yeah, I'm
Hustle up, everybody.
I got long
Okay.
legs. I'm already walking fast.
I will hustle.
And make sure everybody else is hustling with us.
I will
Okay.
power walk.
So one of the things that is the case in this game is that it has for each character something called qualities and drawbacks. And you sort of build an assortment of things that are qualities and drawbacks that sort of average themselves out. The way it handles power levels is it has a few different things. The most basic power level are called white hats. Those are below heroes. You are all white hats. Although you have the skill points of heroes by virtue of the fact that you are not teenagers inside. So there is that benefit that you have. But it means you have a certain number of qualities and drawbacks. And one of you has what is known as the unlucky drawback.
Uh-oh.
And that person is you, Joel.
Hmm.
And so you're going to need to roll. It's called bad luck. You're going to need to roll for this. And once during a session, me, the director, can assess a penalty to your roll. If you have the reverse of this, lucky, once during a session, you can call for using your luck and get an opportunity to assess a considerable benefit to this. If you could kindly roll, I'm using my ability to assess a penalty to you right here.
I got a 2.
Oof. Okay.
Wow.
So
Yes.
you were rolling your athletics, which you are the only person in the group who actually has that. That's a 3. And your dexterity, which in your particular case is also a 3. So 6, minus 5 for my roll. So a 3, okay? You will trip halfway across that thing and go sprawling in that hallway. Everybody else has made it across in a near-on sprint, making for the doors of the library. You'll see Joel, aka John, go down in an undignified spill. What do you all want to do when you see that?
I pick him up,
yeah.
like
I
drag him
look,
along.
I look toward where the footsteps are coming from. Is it the principal?
It is
It is the
Principal
principal.
Snyder,
It's
Joel.
not, yep. Okay.
And Eric, you will scoop Joel up and drag him bodily out of. You'll hear a man's voice, "Hey, you!" Calling from down the hallway. Do you wish to wait and
No.
see? Okay. So you want to just run for that library set of double doors, yes?
Bell hasn't rung
Okay.
yet. We're not late yet.
Okay. And so crash through them you go and into the library. Are, I assume, you all familiar with the general layout of the Sunnydale High School library?
Yes.
Yep.
If you're not, it's in the image behind Brandy's head right now.
Right.
That is the Sunnydale High School library. It's in an octagonal design, with a higher up level, as you can see, where all the books are located, a lower level, which has a giant table and some other tables, chairs, and lamps all around it. On the right-hand side is a desk, like the check-in, check-out desk of a library. On the left-hand side, there's a cage, like literally like a caged off. Maybe that's their restricted books section or something.
Because that's normal
On
for
the
a high school.
Right.
On the
that's
left-hand
the only thing I
side.
remember about the library is the book cage.
The cage, yeah.
And it has a little sign, deposit books here. So yeah, that must be a book cage. And then standing, looking somewhat, surprised, although never flustered, as you walk into the room, is a man standing behind the desk. As you enter him, your attention is drawn to a distinguished-looking middle-aged man. He has a thoughtful expression framed by his wire-rimmed glasses, which add to his scholarly appearance. He's wearing a classic tweed jacket, complete with suede patches on the elbows, giving him a professorial air. His attire is complemented by a tan dress shirt and a tastefully patterned tie in shades of tan and gold. His overall demeanor, one of intelligence and calm authority, and he looks up at a book, rather big one that he's reading, to see all of you come in the door.
So, before I succumb to the ravages of age, suppose you tell me why you've come bursting in here. Not a sudden lust for books, no?
We were hoping you could watch over us and counsel us on some issues that we seem to be facing.
School psychiatrist, as I recall, is in the other building.
This is of a higher than natural sort of situation.
I look at him and say, Ripper.
Ooh.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
No, you haven't. I just wanted to let you know that we're clued in, as you might say.
Yes. We're
I'm afraid your circle of clued in people has expanded a little bit.
You
Oh,
don't.
at least in the
dear.
short
You
term.
don't, Giles, you don't recognize any of these students in particular, with the exception of Rose Hawthorne, who you know is a pretty diligent student and so has been to the library on more than one occasion. Wait, is that Eugene something? He has this unnatural obsession for Byron and Shelley and all things of that era. And is that Harmony Kendall, one of Cordelia's friends? I don't think you've ever seen her in the library before.
Oh dear, does
Ha-
class the place up, doesn't she?
Have we clocked that this is Ed, or do we still
Or
think it's
is it
Giles?
Ed? It
We
might
don't
just
know
be
yet.
Giles.
You've clocked that this is Rupert Giles.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Okay, well,
we're having a situation. We know about the Hellmouth.
I see. Please come in, sit down. Yes.
oh, there might be a principal coming after us. Can you tell him that you need us for something?
Yes, I could certainly do that.
Okay.
I do need you for something. I
Yeah.
have to fill your brains with education because you sure won't get it out there. And
That's right.
Probably
The
just
corporate school
Giles.
system is
Okay.
intellectually bankrupt, man.
well, it's American, isn't it?
He's right.
I'll have you know
I
that
mean-
I'm a product of the California public education. You know what? That's probably not a good example. Let's just.
I mean,
Okay.
listen to you, and you fondly think you're speaking English, and you're not. You're speaking American.
Well, at least we're not speaking Canadian.
Eh?
Hey, hey,
Touche, I guess.
Hmm.
hey,
All
Guppy.
right, all right.
He didn't really react to that, did he?
He did not.
Oh
Oh,
boy, it's really
It's-
Giles. Okay.
It's just another colony.
Oh,
Where they strap on
Okay.
40 pounds of gear to play rugby.
Our apologies to Canada. The entire nation of Canada.
so, yes. I look. Is there anyone else in the library? I look around.
It is literally just you and Giles.
Yes,
Principal
Ivy-
Snyder went crashing by, running in the opposite direction, probably because he couldn't imagine any of you would go into the library.
Probably didn't see Rose behind the big
He was-
flare of my duster coat.
he was never the most effective principal. Let's be honest.
Is anything locked in the cage right now?
Nope. Cage
No,
is
I
empty.
asked Giles if anything's locked in the cage right now.
Books. I lock books in the cage. Things of value.
So no vampires.
No vampires
Yeah, we
Good.
at the moment.
At
it's
the
a
moment,
whole there's a whole situation happening right now. We know more than we should. I'm aware of that.
And here you are in an educational system, and you know more than you should. Tragic.
That's why we came to you for help.
I see. Well, and you think I can help you? I don't even know who you really are.
Well, I'll tell you who
Well,
we
you've
are, who we
definitely-
really, really are.
Don't.
Yes,
Oh,
tell
oh,
them who
sorry.
you are, who you really are.
It's the 90s, baby.
Oh
I
dear.
can't pretend I didn't have that album. Anyway,
That is not music.
all right.
I mean, at least it's British.
We have a situation in which none of us are in the right body.
Our consciousness has come from a different plane of
Place.
existence.
Well, let's just say alternate reality. So we are, yes.
So where are you from?
A much more
Jersey.
boring version of Earth,
One
That-
without vampires, as
that-
far as
As
we know.
far as we
as
know.
far as we know. Yes,
Delusional. Right.
a world. I mean, we could go further. We come from a place where this is fictional.
Many students labor under the delusion that their school years are fictional, and what they're
Let
being
me put it
taught
this way.
is fictional.
You made out with Buffy's mom after eating band candy. How about that?
Has that happened
Does
yet? I
that
can't remember.
happen yet?
No, that does happen.
You've never
Okay,
you've
are-
never
are-
done any such thing, Giles. That did not happen.
Pretty sure that's
Are the roses on Miss Calendar's desk from you?
That's accurate. The roses on Miss Calendar's desk are from you, Giles.
You have me there.
Okay.
We come from a world where there is a fictional story that is recounting events from your world. I'm not saying that you are fictional.
Oh,
Just
good.
saying that
We're-
we
I
have
was
like a
there's
beginning
window.
to
yeah,
get
there's a
worried.
fictionalized version. We know about you. We know about Watchers. We know about the Hellmouth. We know that Buffy is the Slayer.
We're not a danger to any of you
No,
or
no.
any of that.
Or actually one of the Slayers.
Well, yeah, we don't complicate. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm just we're really clued in.
Yes.
Oh dear.
About this, and yes. No need to get
And
into.
so you've come to me. Why, if you're really clued in?
Because
Hoping you like one of your books would sell us how to get home.
yeah,
or-
because out of all the people that we know of in this place, you are the most likely to know some source of mysticism or occult knowledge or something that can help get us out of here and return the bodies of these
Four
Or
hapless individuals
Yes.
that we're in,
I was gonna
and
say-
Harmony.
So
you know, Harmony's pretty hapless, let's be honest.
But
Okay.
she's not poor.
No, she's
Okay.
not poor.
or the fact that we're brought here suggests that the Buffy and her friends might need help in some way, shape, or form. And
I really don't think going to help Buffy at the moment is a good idea.
Is she fighting
or
vampires?
or is there something that needs to be taken care of while she's busy?
middle
I
of
mean,
the
we're
day?
probably here for a reason.
Yeah, she is busy. And I don't think I should share.
No,
what
probably
she
No, we
not.
don't.
does.
That's
You're
fair.
right.
You're
Yeah,
fine. We don't need to know.
We're not Slayers. We don't have those special powers.
We just have a lot of unfortunate foreknowledge.
But we're probably here for a reason. And if anyone can help us figure out what that reason is, it's you.
Well, yes. Eventually, you're going to want to go back where you came from.
Yes.
But I would agree with what one of you just observed. You're probably here for a reason. Because things like this don't just happen. None of you have summoned demons recently, have you?
No.
No,
Fine,
I
recently.
was gonna say
Look,
not
if I-
recently, but
if
yeah,
I made
I
a-
don't want to.
If I could
I
have
think
deal with a
you'd
demon, it would not be to be put in the body of Harmony Kendall.
Okay, yes. I think you would have remembered dickering, if I can use an American phrase, with a demon. I think you would have remembered that. And you might have remembered some of the preparations for summoning a demon. So, okay.
Demon didn't do
Um,
this. No.
When did we use the phrase dickering in
I
America?
would.
Anyway, it's not important. It's not important. Moving on.
From the 1700s onward.
Yeah, I'm sorry
You
I
should
asked.
look it up. Yes. You see, that's what we do here.
Yeah, I know.
We pull out books and we.
This is on
look
me, everyone. I
stuff
apologize.
up. You should try it sometime. You and the rest of the students here. All the other short-sighted, foolish people. I mean, the reason we're all here in this august institution. Yes, I think that's a fairly safe word to use. So okay, yeah, we need to get you back out of the bodies you're currently in,
Right.
which sounds simply filthy. But and you have to do
Mr.
something.
Childs. Anyway,
You have no idea, my boy.
no, I've seen it all. I have some idea.
Yes, right. You
Yeah, we
can't
know
find,
about your past.
you can't find a still beating heart of a virgin just anywhere. Certainly not at this school. Right. Anyway, so we need to get you back where you came from, out of the
Right.
bodies you are currently in.
Right.
But you were obviously brought here for a reason.
Well, one of the reasons, though, I believe, is to hear you sing. I love it when Giles sings. It's the best. But other than that,
I don't.
whatever reason you have.
I appreciate your desire to hear Giles sing, but I
Yeah.
don't think that's a factor in why we were brought here.
Yes,
We don't
and
know.
I can sing, and I can sing real music, not this stuff that the student body likes to listen to.
I think that's several seasons later.
But let me put it this way:
Musical episode, is that what you're thinking?
unless I make up a song on the spot,
Hmm.
you would have to pay royalties for any lyrics that fall from my pearl-like lips. So let's not do that. Let's.
You could sing us our mission. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. No, please continue, guys.
Focus.
Unless I sing something out. No, let's not. You have no idea how much not singing for you is going to improve my day. So
Okay.
let us bend our little thinking caps towards what it is that you should do while you're here.
Get rid of Angel. That's what we should do.
You do
I
know,
mean-
Giles, that is the major problem plaguing you all right now.
Rudy
yeah,
McBroom's
but
a lot
if
is
they,
fine.
if they
until,
wait long
you know.
enough, he's just going to take off on his own anyway. Like, that's...
After doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's true. He does a lot of damage.
And he hasn't done it all yet. We
But-
know that.
You are not slayers.
No.
Not to my knowledge.
I don't think so. Is there like a test?
I don't think...
Several, but I don't know that you want to undergo that test with, say, Angel testing you.
Yeah.
And bodies are so hard for me to explain away,
Yeah,
even in a library.
do you really picture Harmony as a Slayer? Really?
Well, we know Harmony's not a Slayer.
Yeah.
Rose might be a Slayer, though.
Look, this is a person we're talking about whose major claim to fame is becoming a vampire and biting Andy Dick. So let's not go there.
Look, I wasn't going to say that to him, but now that you've said that to him.
You seem that on 2 occasions now you seem to mention things that you think have happened that haven't happened.
I mean, who knows? They might not happen. These are just things that have happened in that fictionalized series of events that we mentioned.
In your other world.
Yeah.
I see.
But you
And-
are courting Ms. Calendar, right?
That's courting's a strong word.
But it's a British word.
Do you want me
Should
to
we-
respond to that, or should
I
I
just
just
thought you'd
glare
appreciate
at
it.
Eugene.
More like she's courting him at this point.
There are things that one does not reveal because the reputation of a lady is involved.
I'm gonna a quick aside. Like, I'm gonna ask this very plainly, Eugene.
Yes.
Thoughts.
That's
How
me.
much should we say?
All of it.
Should we just tell them everything?
Giles can take
We
it.
could just mess up the timeline. We don't care at this point.
Yes. I
We got
don't
books
care.
of prophecy, so
Be very okay. Something bad is coming, and you might want to. I can't even remember the details.
Of the Master? That's season 1, right? Or
Something
is
bad
this
is going to
season
happen in
2?
this calendar.
You need to invite.
Oh,
You need
okay.
to
Oh.
invite Miss Calendar to move in with you,
You think that's the solution?
and you need her to say yes.
Well,
You need to revoke Angel's invitation to come into your house.
yes. Actually, that last one I believe is in train right now.
Good.
But as to the other, you actually our minds run together along this stream.
Great. Stop
I would-
hesitating. Just do it.
Well, we have
Well,
Clearly
I mean-
wants to come
already,
live
but-
with you.
Oh,
She's
you-
utterly in love with you.
I think we can just be like straightforward here, Eugene. I think we don't have to like I think if I'm recalling right, the turn of the sequence of events that we're talking about is Angel goes evil again, right?
Yes.
Kills Miss Calendar.
That's already happened, right? Angel's already evil again?
Angel is Angelus at the moment, Giles.
Yep.
So yes, most assuredly evil. That happened perhaps 6 weeks ago on Buffy's
Oh.
birthday.
What a tragic story for a young teenager. Anyway, Giles, we know something that you probably don't know about Miss Calendar.
And that might
Other than her untimely demise.
She is a descendant of this Roma clan that cursed Angelus into Angel, or Angel into Angelus.
Angelus into
I don't
Angel.
know the exact details.
They
but
cursed him with and it's a whole thing.
He has a whole big beef with them, so he's going to target her. Okay.
You know, Rupert, that in fact she is that person, because that came out about 2 weeks ago. This bit about Angelus targeting her is news to you.
But I'm sure she didn't mention that to any of the students, so it's not like we would know that by any other means.
Yes, this puts a whole. I'm beginning to take you seriously, which is something I don't usually do with students for obvious reasons.
I'm not generally one to want to muck with timelines and courses of events and things, but this is one of the biggest tragedies in that freaking show.
I think our purpose here might be to rescue Jenny Calendar.
I would support any such endeavor. And how? How are you going to do that?
You're going to invite her to move in with you, and you're going to get her to say yes.
I mean, I guess that would technically work if she's at your house.
Absolutely, it would work.
If she's at your house, then and Angelus doesn't have an invitation in, then he can't get to her.
You still have that crossbow, right?
I have any number of things.
Excellent.
You see that book cage over there?
It's full of weapons.
Yeah, weapons in the book cage. We're well aware.
I mean, or take her out of town. I mean,
are you suggesting a dirty weekend?
A dirty
sabbatical.
Ask her to run away with you. You know, get out of town for a couple of weeks.
I mean, Buffy's good. She can handle things.
Teachers and librarians are actually expected to show up. You know, that they actually pay us to be here. I realize that we may seem as nothing more than annoyances and old fogies to boot to you young paragons of the future of America.
No, you're two of my favorite characters, actually.
Yeah, seriously. You are two of the best. Not the point.
Not the point.
I would also remind that none of us in our true selves here are teenagers. Like we're all adults. Like this is weird. This is a nightmare.
I'm 27.
So. I mean, she's the closest. Point at Harmony Alley, but like not really close.
No, like yeah.
Right. I appreciate the situation you're in. I feel some of it myself. Being here, a fish out of water. A man who can read, and what's more, has read, amongst this august student body of grunters and rappers and whatever. So yes. Sorry, was that a bit honest? Terribly sorry.
It's fine.
Let's see.
Who are we gonna tell? Like really?
We all know the intellectual sacrifices you have made for your duty. We understand.
Yes.
I have drunk. And will drink again. Right. Okay. So how imminent is this? Should I be racing down the hall? What is
well, let's see. What's the last thing that happened?
Shoestring tackling this calendar at the moment?
Well,
he attacked her after hours in the school. It's been a while.
Yeah, she's at the school after hours. I forget why.
It's presently about 2:20 in the afternoon. You know, Rupert, that it gets dark here around 4:30 at this time of the year. School lets out 2:45.
Make sure she's somewhere protected anytime after dark, I guess.
So time is of the essence.
Yes.
I see. Right. Well, we definitely need a plan. And
gather the weapons. Go get Miss Calendar. Take her to your house, and then you sing to her. I think that's a great plan.
Ask her to elope.
I
You're
mean,
going to
I
Billy
feel like
Cunningham.
we don't need like.
Don't tempt me.
I mean, what's stopping you?
I think we can
Yeah,
prepare for
seriously.
this.
You have every reason to believe, Rupert, that if you asked her to elope, that would not go to plan.
Yes.
You two recently have been trying to get together, sort of broke up over the betrayal
Oh,
issue,
right,
etc.
because your relationship, you're on the rocks. Oh,
So has
Damn
Ted happened yet?
Yes, there was a robot
The robot happened. Okay, so
that was dating Buffy's mother
yes,
that Buffy destroyed. That was I don't know, about 8 weeks ago.
okay,
Okay.
so you guys are back on the rocks. Okay, because they were smooching at the end of that episode. The last one I saw.
Oh dear. This is all rather. Well, this is a lot to take in, right? But okay, we need a plan. My powers of persuasion are great. But I'm not quite sure that I can persuade this calendar to, with a caveman act of, shall I drag you by the hair off across rural America, and shall we, get away from it all? Because I rather think that she will remind me that we have to stay here and teach.
oh God.
Well, also, I don't think such a dramatic display is needed. If we know what's coming and that it's going to happen, we can prepare.
Lay an ambush around her.
And fight Angelus? No.
I mean, I don't. No, none of us are gonna be able to stand against Angelus. But if we can make sure that there's some plan in place, that like I don't.
Can you
I don't
invite her
know.
to your place to talk? Have a heart to heart.
That I could do. Yes.
Sort
Maybe
things
tonight
out.
after school.
Bury the hatchet. How about this afternoon after school? Before nightfall.
I desperately want to do this.
Mhm.
And you are of the opinion that this is necessary for her safety.
Life or death. You could even tell her it's life or death.
It's just
Well, you don't want to come on too strong.
I mean,
how
you've
very,
got.
how very
okay.
American of you.
I mean, she knows you've got books of prophecy. You could just tell her that you've uncovered something that probably pertains to her.
And you'll talk
And-
to her about it at your house.
Yes, there is the little matter of proving. What is it you Americans say? Put up or shut up. And I have this horrible feeling that she would want me to put up right away.
How do we convince her that we are who we say we are, and we know things that, tell her.
Well, you've been very persuasive with me, I must say. I wasn't.
Well, you have a whole dark past to go into.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. That was a compliment.
I'm trying to pinpoint where we are right now as far as timeline goes. Like what day is it? It's February. I know that much.
It's a Tuesday, February the 28th, 1998.
Oh boy.
You might say it's a time of passion.
So
yeah. Time is of the essence.
Yeah, time is of the essence. Yeah, we might want to get this into gear. I don't think we have any time. I think it probably happens tonight.
Let's go talk to Miss Calendar.
Right.
Well, probably it might be better to send Giles to do that rather than you wandering the hallways at this hour with Giles.
Yeah. Probably.
I will turn this horror game into a dating show. You have no idea. I will do it.
You're doing your level best. You're trying to get these people married.
That's right.
Okay, if
At
I
least
go
in bed together, in a house together. They don't have to be in bed together, but that's just encouraged.
Oh, I'm enjoying this more and more. But I suppose if well I go and try to speak to this calendar, I suggest that you remain behind in the library, and if anyone comes in and asks, I set you this task. But the task should be to figure out what you're going to do.
Do we
What
have the
that-
key to the weapons locker while you're gone?
you may indeed. Well, no, you may not have the key because that let me just absent-mindedly unlock it and leave it unlocked. How's that?
Perfect.
That avoids any awkward explanations or recriminations.
Sounds reasonable.
So here you go. I mean,
Right.
here it isn't. I mean, here I am not unlocking this, and you're not seeing me unlock it.
That's
What do you
right. That's
think?
what this was all about, though. Wait. I'm remembering. That's what Miss Calendar was.
Harmony's thinking. Give her a second.
You'll just get a look.
Whoa, dude.
Damn it, Eugene.
Sorry,
That
that was
very-
that was
that was
Eugene.
very
right
meta,
there.
Eric. That was very meta. That was very meta.
Ooh.
No, that's why Miss Calendar was staying late. She was working on the ritual to try to restore Angelus's soul, right?
That would be
That
news
sounds
to
about
you.
right.
That would be news to you, Giles.
Yeah.
Last you heard, that spell was done by the gypsies hundreds of years ago, and what the information for how to do it again was lost. If Jenny's found something like that from her people, that would be very good to have because Buffy loves Angel and is otherwise going to kill him.
Yeah,
All right, so that's how you convince her. You go tell her that you know this.
yes.
And yes. And that you have outside information, and then she needs to come with you right now for her safety.
Point of order. Let's use the word Roma.
Yeah,
you.
that would
Moving
be better.
Okay.
Oh,
The G word is not
Right.
great.
oh, right.
Yes.
Yes.
American.
The game may be set in the 90s, but we don't have to.
Point.
Right. Well, right. You must stay here and think of what you are going to do, because at the moment, I can't for the life of me think about anything else except Jenny.
That seems reasonable. Do you need one or more of us to go with you to corroborate your story?
Or to watch
To
your back.
Don Juan this.
That probably just makes it worse.
Sure.
You've got enough information that you think you can talk Jenny into something, especially if you tell her that she's working on a ritual that she hasn't told you she's working on.
Do not be
Right.
confrontational. Do not accuse her of keeping secrets from you. Just tell her that you have learned that her life is in peril, or you are hopelessly in love with her and want her to move in with you. Whichever seems right to you in the moment. This is going to fail, isn't it? Okay.
I have done this before.
Eugene, why do we keep circling back to this?
My life is a series of circles. Time is a flat circle.
I've heard that.
God is
I
dead.
can,
But he
I can
hasn't.
smell the psychos.
Sorry, that was Eugene again.
Yeah.
Wow. It's
Right.
rough.
So go,
Anyway,
go,
let's go.
Go. I am going. I'm going
All right.
now.
So,
have
Giles,
fun in the locker.
So, Giles, to be clear, you have unlocked the book cabinet,
Yes.
or the locked book gate. You are just leaving the room, not taking anything with you, because what do you need to go across a high school to Jenny's classroom to talk to her? She's in the middle of 7th period right now, but maybe you can call her out of the room for a second.
Yes.
Okay. So-
I will do that.
All right, so off goes Giles, and you are now in this high school library by yourselves, slightly after 2:00, with an open weapons.
I mean, I'm
Look.
gonna look in the weapons
I'm doing
cabinet.
So, Allie, aka Harmony, is going to go over and look inside that weapons cabinet. Randy,
Yes.
what are you going to do?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check out the weapons cabinet for
All right. Also,
for
very
shizzle, as
interested-
the kids say.
also very interested in the weapons cabinet. Rihanna,
Tagging along.
all right, weapons cabinet, and Eric.
Is anyone going to follow Giles and make sure he doesn't screw this up?
I mean,
I almost heard that.
which of us can do that inconspicuously?
I don't know. Which of
I-
us feels stealthy? Not Harmony.
Yeah, not Harmony.
Which
Do any of us feel stealthy, DM or
Well,
director?
How do you feel stealthy?
Joel there did stumble over his own
Graceful?
feet in the hallway.
But I burned my unlucky for the session, so
That's a very meta way to put that.
I don't know.
I mean,
It appears, Eric, as though those folks are going to check out the thing. So
Off I go to follow Giles. Here we go.
Trench coat
Yeah, because
flying behind you.
you're super
Just
inconspicuous.
Pop the collar, following Giles.
All right,
Looking
and
like
Joel?
goth Doctor Who over here.
I am going to look at the book that Giles was reading.
Okay. So you'll go around through Giles's office to the cabinet to look at the book that Giles is reading.
Behind his desk.
The rest of you will, it's that one. The rest of you will go to the weapons
Nice.
cabinet and open up the door for the weapons cabinet. And you, Eric, will pop the collar and head out into the hallway.
The
Yes?
pop and the collar.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Keeping an eye out for that dastardly principal.
The three of you that are going over to the weapons cabinet will just get the weapons cabinet doors open and see, oh, wow, there's a bunch. It's like, there's a sword in here. There's a mace. There's a flail. There's a crossbow. There's bow stabs in this. Wow, it's a pretty nice weapons cabinet. Joel, you'll come around and just look at this book, which is written in Latin. Do you read Latin?
I majored in classics. So,
Okay, so
I'm
now
rusty,
you're like-
but
Like, what is this supposed to be? There's an illustration of, ooh, that looks like a demon.
Mhm.
And you, Eric, will come rolling out of there, collar popped, eyes looking around for, oh crap. Guess who's standing in front of the door?
Is it the principal?
It
Or is it
is.
Giles?
It's the principal.
Ah.
A middle-aged man of short stature who's clearly waiting in ambush. His head notably balding, with hair mostly around the sides and back. His expression stern and piercing, conveying an air of strict authority. He's dressed in a dark gray suit, crisp white shirt, and a striking tie striped in red and black. His posture is erect, exuding an aura of rigidity and discipline. He surveys you with a scrutinizing gaze and says, one moment, I have something for this. Well, well, well. Who do we have here? One of my favorite juvenile delinquents, creeping around outside the library during 7th period. And I don't think you're alone. Let me guess, you don't have a hall pass.
Mr. Giles gave us work that we have to do during 7th period.
Oh, I saw Mr. Giles leave, and if you expect me to believe that everyone you were in that group with is going to the library, you're going to have to try something else. Let's go say hi to your friends, shall we? And he's pushing by you.
Opening the door to the library where you can see everybody reading these books.
That's what he's about to do.
Excuse me.
As that's happening,
principal.
I kind of want to Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, go ahead. Excuse me, Mr. Principal.
Excuse me, Mr. Principal Snyder, was it? Snyder?
He'll scowl at you when you say that.
I don't care if I got his name correct. I was actually going to the bathroom because if I don't go to the bathroom,
you'll hear that, everyone, because
I'm being very loud.
Principal Snyder has opened the door now and is standing inside it. You have the weapons cabinet door open. It is presently out of his line of sight because of where the doors to the library are. But if he steps inside, you're probably going to want that weapons cabinet to be closed.
Close it.
But Mr. Skinner, I actually, you're right about the hall pass thing, and hopefully,
of course I am, son. In the library with your friends. In the library with your friends.
Do you want me to pee my pants in front of you?
If you must.
He's calling your
Mr.
bluff.
Skinner.
Wow.
You get the distinct
Go for it, Eric. It's
impression.
not your pants.
It's not my pants. It's not my body. We already did a roll earlier in the game.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to
saying
deal
that
with
I
it in the
did need to go to the
meantime.
bathroom, but it was
We
not
did.
super urgent.
We did.
I
And this would
stabbed
be
I stare him in the
That's where we're
face
at.
No.
and I start peeing.
Are you peeing on him? Are you...
No, he's got pants on, so he's just peeing down his own leg.
Oh.
So we've now established a trend for Eric across multiple adventures. This time, however, Eric, you cannot claim that it is not your own.
No, it is.
And so you must deal with that. You will surprise him, but it's probably more that you've delighted him than you've otherwise troubled him. You get the distinct impression that Principal Slider really doesn't like children. And the fact that you've just peed yourself in front of him because he didn't let you go to the bathroom is almost something that's providing him with like a physical tingle of delight that he managed to accomplish this. You will have, in giving this sacrifice, this noble sacrifice for the rest of the group, given them time to close up the weapons locker so there's no chance that that will be seen, and come scurrying out of that otherwise caged room that they were in a moment ago, if they choose to do so.
Yeah.
Would the three of you that are in there like to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to go for a book and pretend like I'm.
Look
at me reading.
If I try to look like I'm reading, that's gonna be more suspicious.
Principal Snuffleupagus.
Maybe if you're holding it upside down.
Oh, we are the student council on making the library cooler. Giles wanted to know how to appeal to all of the students who wouldn't normally go into the library.
Yeah, but why am I here? It's not gonna
Because
buy
you
that
would
from
never
me.
go in the library, and you're super cool. Who better to consult on how to make the library cool?
Mr. Bryan, disgusting is really what I have to say to you. I just can't believe the rest of you. Miss Hawthorne, Mr. Eagleton, Miss Kendall, what are you doing with this crowd? Rhetorical question.
I keep asking myself that.
You're going to
You
clean
just
that
can't
up.
stay away from
Well-
me, Mr. Snyder.
I am
He's pointing to
there's a
you,
look
Eugene.
While they were
withering.
taking the time to close up the locker, I grabbed the book he was reading and dropped down behind his desk because he's got that whole counter in front. So I'm trying to hide.
He did just call out your name, Mr. Eagleton. He knows you're there.
Okay.
He said, Miss Hawthorne, Mr.
Oh,
Eagleton, Miss Kendall, what
there
are
it
you
is.
doing with this crowd? You know,
I would
catching you here in this room, this close to the end of the day, fills me with an almost physical sensation of pleasure. And you know why? Because I didn't think I'd get to hand out any more of these. He's going into his jacket pocket and pulling out a little, like almost like a little notepad kind of stack, like the policeman would write a citation. And he's handing one to you delicately, Eric, a detention. And now he's walking over to you, Mr. Eagleton, detention. And now walking over to the three of you in a group, detention, detention, detention.
Wow, you did that with the glee of like a Ferengi.
thank you, Mr. Shimmerman.
Do I detect a hint of disobedience? I have something for that. Double detention. That one's starting with you, Randy. Double detention. Double detention.
Yes.
That one's to you, Rhiannon. Mr.
Hey,
Eagleton.
I didn't say anything.
Your guilt by association, Miss Hawthorne.
Whoa, I didn't even know you were here.
Your
I
brother
actually did
just engaged
everything
in
that
a
you said, which
action of
was to go
and
ahead
the
and
double
pee
detention
myself.
is coming for you as well. Would you care to try for a third detention?
By all means, I'm sure that will go very well in the police report.
Triple detention, police report.
Child
Now you
abuse.
seem to have got his attention. The police in this town are profoundly stupid. I don't think there
mean,
will be any charges.
He's
of
not
child
wrong.
abuse here.
He's not wrong.
He's wearing the evidence. I mean, it's kind of hard to miss.
People pissing themselves in the hallways of this school is hardly the weirdest thing that's ever happened here.
In front of the principal
That's
who was
fair.
leering at them at the time?
I'm pretty confident that if we asked the police, they would believe me over believing all of you.
What about the video?
Video. Do you think that we videotape what goes on in this library? I can assure you
don't
there are
think-
barely any students here.
I don't think you
Yeah,
do.
this library is weirdly empty all the time.
I'm done engaging in this back and forth debate with all of you. We're going to get you to a bathroom to clean yourself up, Eugene, and the rest of you are coming with me. If you think this late in the day, with 15 minutes left before the end of it, I'm going to let you just wander to detention on your own, you'd be wrong. Follow me and keep your mouths zipped. What do you guys want to do?
Is the bathroom thing happening first, or is the detention thing happening first?
I
just
can
want to
take
make
you
it
to a
clear when
bathroom.
I file the report.
The coach is not in a position to handle a quadruple detention tonight, Mr. Bryan, but you're booking for one for tomorrow.
Well, while he's having that exchange, I lean over to Allie and ask. We know that he's somewhat clued in. Does he turn out to be dirty later in any way we can use against him?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He was honestly, he's not. Yeah, it's not like he turned out to be anything like evil or anything. It's
Okay.
just that, like
He gets eaten in the end.
yeah.
He gets eaten.
Sorry.
Zip. Zipped. Okay. So he's going to take you from here to another place, sort of marching you all along, keeping you, Eugene, at the front of the group because you smell of pee. Fortunately, your genes managed to maintain most of it so that you're just leaving a slight trail as you go down the hallway.
Ugh.
No sign of Giles. He must have gotten off to the mission that you sent him to, which is good news, right? And you are now headed for wherever the principal is taking you. He promised you a bathroom, so that's probably on the way. Follow it?
I mean,
Okay. He seems to have been headed to the cafeteria, which is in the same building that you're in now, not very far away from this destination. During the period of time in which he's taking you there, the end of the day bell will ring, and you'll see students pouring out of the hall. Eugene, you peed your pants, you smell of pee, and there are literally hundreds of people that can see you walking down the hallway having peed your pants.
welcome to Nightmaresville.
So you're getting lots of pointing and laughing. Fortunately,
I'm so glad we did that, Principal Snyder. I feel good about this.
fortunately for you, Principal Snyder has no sense of humor. And so he's shushing people with the threat of detention as you're moving down the hallway, and he's taking you to that cafeteria. So you'll only
Principal
have to
Snyder's into piss play, by the way. Just saying to everybody.
If anybody here knew what that was. And taking you down
It's
the
a high
hallway.
school. There are people who know what that is.
Okay. This is 1998. I would
Not
hope
yet.
Yeah, like, so in any event, the internet is not yet a thing. So
True.
you'll arrive
Like
at the
one
cafeteria.
guy who's like, oh,
You'll arrive at
It's the
probably
janitor.
Jonathan. You'll arrive at the cafeteria. There is a bathroom right outside the cafeteria. He will tell you to go in there, Eugene, and get yourself cleaned up. I'm waiting here till you return. And he will have the rest of you go inside the cafeteria to report to the coach for detention. Yes?
Since I'm just trying to play the part at this point, I think I will get off a parting shot at Eugene going, I hope you like sweatpants, as I'm walking.
not as much as Principal Snyder does.
I'll hum listening to Breakfast Club as I stroll.
Don't
It's going to
you?
be so funny when you get.
Okay. So those of you walking into the cafeteria will see that it's emptied out as it's the end of the day. Students are doing their best to get the heck away from this place as swiftly as they can because no one likes to stick around. Well, most people don't like to stick around in the high school once the bell is rung at the end of the day. There are 3 other students. They kind of look like reprobates, right? There are 3 male students, and they kind of look like troublemakers that are seated at tables around the room. It looks like the coach has split people up, so you each sit at your own lunch table. rather than sitting at the same lunch table scattered around the room. What was I going to say? He is a man in his, late 50s, early 60s, little bit on the huskier side, short military buzz, like white haircut. And he's like fit but fat. And he's got, a jacket on, gold and red. He's wearing sort of like a gold polo shirt. Anyone who's seen the episode Go Fish recognizes this immediately as Coach Marin of the swim team. If you haven't seen the episode, well, I guess you don't recognize Coach Marin.
No, I recognize Coach Marin.
Come on in, troublemakers. Have yourselves a seat. This is not party time. Everybody gets their own table. No talking.
I won't say anything, but I'll theatrically roll my eyes, and then I'll go sit at the table.
Okay,
She's
Randy.
really getting into it.
A
This is either
role
a good
you
sign
were
or a
born to
terrible
play.
sign.
Randy?
What am I gonna do?
Just channel my inner mean girl. That's what I'm doing.
I mean, I guess I'll take a seat or whatever. We'll just. So I think we need to sit and talk and strategize.
Okay, so take a seat in the room. Realize the coach indicated to you that you should be seated at separate tables at this particular moment. So it'll be a little bit further away than you'd probably prefer to be, but that's the way that works. And what about you, Rhiannon?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And finally, Joel.
I am going to walk up to Coach and say, hey, Coach, I'm hoping you can help me out here. We've got a project that can only be done in the computer lab, and if we stay through all of our detention, it's due tomorrow. We won't have time to do it. We can't do it at home. I understand this is serious. Could we maybe do detention tomorrow, and so we can get this project knocked out today? Because it's going to be a big deal. Miss Calendar's really going to be all over us if we don't get this thing done.
You know, Eagleton, if you were on the swim team, I might be able to help you. But junior ROTC, huh? Didn't want to try out for any of the sports teams? Disappointed in you, Eagleton. I knew your father. I thought you'd do better than this. Have a seat.
I try to pick a seat near the at least one of the other reprobates.
One of the non-your reprobates.
Yeah, not our reprobates. The kids who are already in there.
Do you want the meekest looking or the toughest looking reprobate?
The toughest looking.
Okay, you're seated near a tough looking reprobate. Okay, and finally, Eric, you're in a men's bathroom. There are 3 other boys in here, all looking at you and laughing because you peed your pants.
Hey, how's it going?
They will nod at you and just chuckle. They're trying to get out of here because you're some guy who just peed his pants, and that's kind of weird. You will soon find yourself alone.
Principal Snyder
in the
likes
bathroom.
piss.
Yeah, you'll say as they make an even hastier exit out the door. Now what, my friend?
Is there a window?
In the boys' bathroom, it is, one moment, please, on the inside wall of the building. So no, there is no window.
Wow, it's not even up to code, this high school.
Well,
it's on a Hellmouth, Giles.
I am going to clean myself up.
Okay. There are lots of paper towels in here because paper towels were de rigueur in the 1990s.
Yeah.
Do I have another pair of pants to put on?
You do not have another
If
pair
I
of pants
recall
to
my
put on.
high school days, anytime I saw people that had like accidents, unfortunately, and that usually they would be provided with like gym shorts or a pair of sweatpants, which is why I made that remark.
You know, if you ask Principal Snyder, he might be able to help you with that. Or you could just do the thing where you leave your underpants on, take your pants off, and wash them out in the sink, and then now you got wet pants, but at least they're not wet with pee.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go commando.
They don't
All
have
right.
hair dryers.
Yeah. Okay, so you'll work on that project for a little bit. The rest of you are now all ensconced in the study hall, or excuse me, cafeteria, where detention is underway.
Yes.
You're
Well, I
all
know-
supposed. Go ahead.
I was
Randy.
gonna say, I know the coach. Like, this is the coach that like turned his team into monsters. And
Hasn't
then, like,
happened yet.
pulled a gun on whoever. I think Buffy.
But it
So,
might be a
like-
plan in progress.
Yeah, that's a few episodes
Yeah.
from now.
I'm just
Okay,
saying,
so-
he doesn't seem like someone I want to like.
He has a book on marine biology and a notebook next to it on the desk or the
Oh. Of
table
course he
he's
does.
sitting at.
Of course he does.
So I think you were just saying, Randy, you weren't looking to mess with this guy. Is that pretty much where we're at?
Yeah, I was hoping that we could like strategize or coordinate or something, but it sounds like
Not on
Maybe.
separate tables.
Maybe what you could do is you could write little notes and flick them
Pass them around.
to each other while he's not paying attention. You know, he's down in the book,
Yeah.
he's making a
Mhm.
note, you are passing a note while he's doing that. Would you like to give that a try? You have notebooks, you have
sure,
pads and pens.
Yeah.
I was planning on digging through Harmony's purse anyway, so
Okay, there you go. The
mean,
contents of Harmony's purse I'll give you in a moment.
okay.
But Randy, yes, would you like to try to start to make like a little paper airplane message, which you're going to send to the first person?
Sure. Or I mean, I'd start off just by like doing this to the group.
Okay.
And like kind of
Any
just trying to
res-
hand signal
any
real quick when he's
response
not
to-
looking.
To Randy's, the coach
just
is
pointing to the
reasonably
coach.
absorbed. He's reasonably absorbed so that you could pick good moments when he's not paying careful attention to all of you. I don't think he wants to be here for too long either. So, and he's obviously engrossed in some sort of a project he's working on. God knows what that is. Well, maybe you know. And so you have an opportunity to shrug your shoulders and whatnot at each other. I'm trying to give you an ability to talk without really being able to talk in long sentences. So if you keep it in short messages, I'll let you communicate.
I hold up the Swiss Army knife and show it to everybody and motion to check pockets. See if anybody else has it. Trying to get them to see if they have anything else.
That guitar
Okay.
picks. I hold up my guitar picks.
Okay.
So let's start
Yeah.
with that. Let's start with that. The only useful items other than books, pads, etc., that you've got, Rhiannon, is a hair tie on your wrist, right wrist, Casio watch on your left wrist. You have no weapons. You have no whatever else in your gear. Allie, you have a red lace corset style top, a pink shirt, set of heels, a hair tie in the hair, a leather jacket in your bag, a necklace with crystals, really nice ones actually, silver rings and gold rings, a set of bracelets on your right wrist, red, matching your pink and red top. Only one school book, only one pen, and only one notebook in your backpack. A really nice, small, fashionable clutch purse. A pretty expensive backpack, actually. You think it's Coach. A makeup bag with all kinds of makeup, including 3 different types of lip gloss, a hairbrush, and hair maintenance products.
Way to be prepared, Harm. Okay.
Hairspray?
A small can of hairspray is in there. That is
Oh,
correct.
Yeah,
If we find something to light it with, you might have a torch.
I was thinking that
Joel.
actually.
Joel, you've only got that Swiss Army pocket knife, and a compass. Those are the sort of useful items in your gear. And Randy, you have what looks like a lucky rabbit's foot on a keychain with one key.
Ooh.
You have no idea what that key is for. Maybe it's a house key. It's hard to say. And 3 guitar picks.
All right. I'm lucky, you guys.
Okay. So you may briefly, short sentences communicate stealthily with each other. Go ahead.
What's our move?
Start a fight.
Help him with his fish swimmer problem.
That's- Eric, do you have a lighter?
I'm in the bathroom.
Eric is in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he joined us.
Not yet.
Okay.
Cleaning up those pants is a lengthy project.
I'm
Okay.
gonna look around for other stuff, like leave the water running, and I'm gonna search the
Gotcha.
toilet backs, and
Just in case
You're
anyone's
behind
hidden
the
anything
mirrors.
of it. Okay. I'll
I
roll
mean,
dice for that because
it's
that's fair.
sunny. It's sunny.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
there'll be
For all we know, there
cannabis
could,
behind the
for all we know,
toilet.
there could be a broadsword back there. Nope, nothing of interest, Eric. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. You were saying, is there a play here? Rhiannon, you're thinking the play is wait till the end of detention.
That is correct.
That's what I'm thinking too, honestly.
Did he give us any indication of how long that would be?
I think you guys landed a triple detention, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Which is
Next
that
week.
like? Is that like 3? Is that like 3 days, or is that like 2 hours? Tonight.
No idea.
Okay.
Have you been in detention previously?
Not in Sunnydale.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Hard to say. Periods seem to be about 45 minutes long here, if that helped, because you were between 6th and 7th, so you kind of know how that went. With like 10 minute-ish breaks. But school day's over, so who knows what the actual plans are. So you'll try communicating, Randy, with them. Joel seems interested in sort of chatting with you. Allie and Rhiannon kind of don't, because they're sort of like, hey, we're in detention. Let's just ride through detention and then worry about it, right? And after 25 minutes, Eric will come back in. He's wearing wet pants, but they look like they're probably wet with water now, as opposed to something else. Eric, you survey the room.
Squidge.
Thanks for joining us, kid. Have a seat.
Yep.
You cleaned those pants, right?
I did, sir.
Good. So squish,
sir,
squish, squish.
how
you
long
sitting
is
down?
how long is triple detention?
Are you asking, sir? How long
Yeah.
is triple detention?
Yeah.
Well, what's 45 times 3, son?
I believe that's 60.
Oh my god.
Coach, we'll just
You'd
cross
be-
our fingers.
You'd be wrong, son.
Oh.
It's 135, sir. Exactly how much weight you lift if you're benching a plate on each side.
Not a bad answer, kid. Pee yourself.
Hey, do you need more people for the swim team, by the way?
You pee yourself, you pee in the pool, kid. It's an old trick I learned long ago.
Are you encouraging me to pee in the pool, or are you discouraging me from peeing in the pool?
Oh, for the love of God.
Only losers pee in the pool, son.
Yeah, that seems fair enough. You said I had really broad shoulders, though, right?
You're a tall kid. You could do something athletic, but swim team isn't it. Tennis?
Oh.
Think about it.
What if I had a genetic advantage? You know, it doesn't matter.
Just let it.
You're right.
Just let it rest.
It doesn't.
You never seemed like as
No.
much of a fish person anyway.
That's right. Plenty of fish in the sea, right, Coach?
Okay, so
Do you wish to taunt the coach with the idea that you might know what he's up to, given that Randy indicated he pulled a firearm on someone who confronted him previously?
No.
okay, so,
Okay.
so if we sit here in detention, it's going to be after dark by the time we get out. You said 4:30.
Yeah, it'll be like-
right?
Yes,
10
is
minutes
an-
after dark.
That is an
Yeah.
accurate statement. Yes, if you sit here in detention, it will
Or
be dark when you depart.
15 minutes after dark.
Yes. Is that a problem for you, Joel?
Welcome, Raiders. Good to see you. We're in
Hey!
detention right now.
Yeah, trying to prevent somebody from being brutally murdered.
Trying not to be shot by a coach
That too.
who is training his team to become a bunch of fish people. Anyway, it's fine. Okay.
The typical Wednesday
As you
night.
do.
I wonder how
Yeah.
Giles is doing.
Hopefully better than we
Hopefully.
are.
Hopefully by now, Giles has accomplished his mission of mercy. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Eric, if Giles does what Giles is supposed to do and you were perhaps the direct cause of it, maybe you all won't have to finish detention. Maybe you will all just go home and you'll have these poor people whose bodies you inhabited stuck. Well, they'll wake up in detention, one of them sitting in wet pants. But I'm sure there are worse things that could happen in Sunnydale.
Much.
Hmm.
I can live with accidentally having put Harmony in detention.
I'm sure there are many people who would thank you for that. So, Unless someone has a urgent need to get out of detention and a plan to accomplish it, the time is creeping along. The clock is moving and the sun is setting.
I asked Allie, where did the attack happen?
Eric, I'll get you in a moment. Go ahead, Allie.
If I recall, it was in her classroom.
Sounds right.
Okay, Eric, your hand was up.
Yeah, I raised my hand to ask the coach a question. Sorry, I think
I'm sorry, say that one more time, Eric. I didn't hear everything.
Yeah, I raised my hand to ask the coach a question.
It'll take him a few minutes because he's engrossed in his reading and note taking, but he will eventually look over in your direction, sigh, and say, yes?
Excuse me, coach. The principal mentioned that you didn't have time to do a quadruple detention today. Is that because you have a swim meet or something?
For a kid who's not on any of the sports teams, you're certainly very interested in the sports team, son.
Well, you said not to pee in the pool, so, but I was curious, like, if we get extra detention, but you have to take off for a swim meet, does that mean the principal has to sit in for you instead?
Principal Snyder doesn't take a turn supervising detention, son. The teachers do.
That doesn't seem fair.
That's why he's the principal, son. Winners win, son.
Winners also have unions, coach.
You think he's a winner?
Yeah, you seem to
Really?
really like the principal, coach. That's weird. I thought he was an asshole.
Let's just say the principal and I. Did you just call the principal an asshole, son?
No.
Gene.
You're clearly not learning here tonight. I'm going to have to tell him that. And the principal and I have an understanding. While my boys win, winners get treated like winners.
Interesting.
And Eagleton, the mayor and the school board don't particularly appreciate unions. So the teachers here in Sunnydale aren't unionized.
Said the thing about the unions. Don't take it out on Eagleton. He's just a, Eagleton.
Right. 2 more detention notes. Got it. Keep that one. I'm making a note in my book here.
Look, I just, I had unfinished business with the principal and I was hoping that he would stick around. So that's why I'm asking.
Well, I mean, you can always try his office, son. Although by the time you get out of here, my guess is he'll have driven home. What I would be doing if I didn't have this duty tonight.
It's just that he and I are working together on a special project, It doesn't involve fish, but it's a special project.
I find it really hard to believe, son, that you and the principal are working together on anything.
You find it hard to believe that the principal will be keeping secrets from you, sir?
I find it hard to believe that the principal will be keeping secrets from me about you, son.
Just makes it a good secret, sir.
You'll give him a belly laugh over that one.
How many detentions are you trying to rack up?
I'm trying. Okay. Out of character for a second.
I am
trying to make sure Snyder gets killed by Angelus instead of Jenny Calendar. That's what I'm trying to do.
He's working an angle. He
is.
Yes, is the answer to your question,
Anyway,
Rhiannon.
I don't want to keep delaying us. So.
Okay. So, is it safe to say that you will wait out the remainder of this detention? Not by attempting to rush the doors, not by attempting some clever stratagem that gets all 5 of you out of this room at once.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
We're just waiting out this detention.
And suffer the fact that the sun will be set by the time that you're free from this room.
Yep.
Okay. After a single detention, you are the only people left in the room. Those 3 reprobates did less reprobation than you all did. And so they managed to get out of here in a reasonable period.
I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know what you're talking about.
We got detention for being in the library.
So did Rhiannon. You got detention for being in the company of a scallywag who aggravated the principal. That's ultimately why you got detention. Principal Snyder is a man fully comfortable with abusing his power and authority. Yeah.
It's like
in any event,
par for the course for him.
Sets and your detention reaches a conclusion. the coach will put his books away, gather them up, and say, "Well, I think you know where the door is. You're free to go.
Thanks, Coach.
Try to stay out of my pool."
Uh,
No promises.
I won't say
Okay,
anything. I
just-
won't say
just
anything.
Out
I'll
the,
just
out the door. Out
yeah,
the door.
I'll
Out
just
the door.
I'll just get up and do that little like huff, and then I'll leave.
All right, you got
Little
it. Huff and
harmony
then
huff.
departure. The
And-
harmony huff.
And unless anybody wants to do something different, I think I'm going to suggest we make a beeline to Miss Calendar's classroom.
Beeline to the library, arm ourselves, then beeline.
Yeah, okay.
All right,
I'll
so
go.
you're
I'll
now
go to the computer room and let them
You-
go to the library.
you are now standing in the hallway outside of the cafeteria. You're talking very quickly amongst yourselves about your plans. Looks like you have two spots that you want to go. One group is going to the library. One group is going to the computer room. Who's in the computer room group other than
Computer
Eric?
room.
Okay, so Rhiannon, Eric, computer room. Joel, computer room. Library is Allie and Randy.
I mean, if it seems like the whole group is going off, like
No, I think grabbing something was a good idea. Grab crosses because we can hold him back even if we can't fight him badly enough to kill him.
that's true. All right. Well, we will.
Crosses and holy water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
And that crossbow, maybe.
Yes. Crossbow. I had my eye on the crossbow, but if you want it, you can.
No, you can take the crossbow. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
We'll so the two of us will go to the library and arm ourselves and bring stuff
Okay.
for everybody else.
during detention. Is there anything in my bag I could have whittled into a cross using my knife?
There is nothing in your bag you
Okay.
could have whittled into a cross,
Oh.
sadly, no.
I will stop. Eugene.
Yes.
Do you have a lighter?
Or had to wear suits
Wait.
every day.
Interesting.
Back.
Looks like it. I'm getting audio, folks. Can people hear us?
Can people hear us?
Stream. Can
There
you
we
tell?
go.
All right.
There we go.
Excellent.
Yay! Okay.
I don't
Hey,
know
folks,
what
what
did
was
it.
the last thing you heard?
Asking the stream. Last thing
Yeah,
you heard.
somebody in chat, please tell us where the audio cut out.
That's actually brilliant. Thank you, Joel.
So we were leaving detention.
I
Yeah,
think
A lot of
Ish.
banter during detention. It wasn't super important. Harmony
Yeah.
gave me
Yeah, Harmony-
the,
yeah.
the hairspray, and I have
Mhm.
a lighter.
And
I think I was saying you were about like you'd each gone about 100 feet away from each
Somebody
other.
was
So
standing. A
Correct,
girl.
Yeah.
200. Yes, thank you, Ed. Yeah, there's a girl standing right at that turn that you'd want to take to go to the library. And she's, brunette, about 5'4", sort of longish hair. She's wearing like her Sunday best dress, like a
Oh no.
pink Sunday best dress.
Okay.
And she says, "Harm, is that you? It's
no.
Stacy. Wake up." What do you want to do?
Oh, I thought it was-
Stacy,
Hello.
hey. How are you?
She's approaching your position, and when she gets about 20 feet away, okay, so when I said she was wearing her Sunday best, covered in dirt. Maybe she was buried in this, but she's walking around right now. Hey, have you seen Buffy? I got a message for her.
Um,
That's where we will end our session.
Well, I'm sure everything is going perfectly according to plan. We're doing work here for. Doing just getting all the detentions in this high school nightmare simulator that is our Buffyverse game. Thank you everyone for playing. Thank you for sticking with us. I'm sorry about the sound being kind of very choppy, and we'll see what it's like on the playback. Apologies.
yeah, sorry about that, everybody.
No worries.
Check out the Dungeon Scrawlers. Check out our Discord. Everybody. Thank you. Alan.
Hi, everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties tonight. I'm sure before next stream we'll, at the very least, try to do a quick recap for people just to catch everybody up and make sure that, everybody's up to speed on where we were. Because, yeah, some people that shouldn't be walking around, or some person that shouldn't be walking around just showed up. So that's fun stuff. Yeah, I'm Allie. I am the tech gremlin for tonight, and I am a game designer, writer, and TTRPG streamer. You can find my work on my Patreon, as well as in several anthologies from Outland Entertainment. And I'm presently working on a book that is still in progress. That is going to be quite an interesting Dracula retelling, and that's going to be fun. So look forward to that.
I've been Rhiannon Held. Check out my books; they're on sale if you like EPUBs for any readers other than Kindles. And I will put a link in the chat for those. They are basically on sale on Smashwords, 50% off or even free. And thanks to our moderators are playing, but moderators who moderate and our tech gremlin, thanks for doing that. And that's what I got.
Hello, everybody. I've been Joel Everett. If your New Year's plans have you anywhere near the Jersey Shore, I will be doing fireworks on the beach in Avalon, New Jersey at about 5:30 in the evening. It's going to be a good show. Come check it out. Over to Randy.
Nice. I'm Randy Henderson. You can check out my Fit and Fancy Necromancy series from Tor if you want. It's set in our world with creatures and dark humor. So if you're a Buffy fan, you'd probably really enjoy it. Thanks, Oliver. And Ed.
Hi.
Who you, sir?
I'm Ed Greenwood, and you can find me on Patreon. You can find me at Greenwood's Grotto on Discord. You can catch me on Twitter, or if you're in the Adventurers League or want to be in the Adventurers League, you can catch me with Tommy Gofton, Lisa Teague, Luke Gygax, Keith Baker, and Devin Wilson is the Dungeon Master playing in Destiny of Worlds, which is this 2024's big storyline. We'll be live streaming all over the place. You'll see me as Elminster, whether you want to or not.
I think I can safely say that we would all enjoy doing exactly that. Tell us a bit more about your Patreon, because I subscribe, and so I want more people to do that.
Oh, okay. So on the Patreon, I do YouTube videos, and they eventually go on the Patreon. I write Realms Lore answers to various things at length. Good. Okay. Good. Okay, and they go on the Patreon. So if you're into the Forgotten Realms and you've always wanted to know something, go to my Patreon, because I will actually answer your question for your campaign eventually.
Well, thank you very much, Ed. I would encourage everyone to join it. It is fantastic. And you have played a fantastic Commonwealth librarian as a Commonwealth librarian. Again, a role I knew you were meant to play.
Thank you. It was fun.
I have been Chris. I am looking forward to all of you joining us for the second half of this lovely adventure, and I wish you a happy Buffy evening for tonight.
Take us out, Rhiannon.
Oh. Okay, well, we're the writer stream, so until next time, may your word counts and your rolls be equally high.